Hello traders, this is the weekly Forex analysis, and we are going to be reviewing the market to know where opportunities lies for us. And this is the weekly chart of the silver trade, XAUUSD. Silver, this is the weekly chart. We are starting with silver. I want to know whether there are good opportunities for this trade. So from what I can see, the silver is on a bullish run. It has broken out with a very powerful gigantic bullish candle, and that is a signification of the fact that the silver is on a massive bull run. From what I can see here, it has definitely broken out, and we need to look at it critically to know whether there is anything we can do. I've imputed a trend line to confirm what we have, and this is a channel I'm looking at, but this channel has been broken out with this bullish candle. What do I expect that could happen again? Possibly the pair may attempt to retake the pair may just attempt to retest the broken resistance, after which is likely to take off again to the upside. So on this trade, this week's trade, we are expecting to be a buyer. We are not going for a sell. And when you look at gold to gold, is on the rise, and most times it does correlate with gold. Most times silver does correlate with gold, and both of them are performing fantastically well at the moment. So we expect that silver will continue to maintain its bullish run that it has for the past few weeks. So we are expecting that it continues to be the market. So what are we gonna do? The best thing we're gonna do is to pinpoint the best entry point and place our trade. If we can do that, we are sure gonna end up profitable on this gold trade this week. So we are expecting a continuation of the uptrend, the latest uptrend that it has. From what you can see here, there's a moving average. It's looking so straight as if it is just a horizontal line, but it's a moving average, and this moving average continue to pinpoint to us that we are still in uptrend. As you can see, when I made this horizontal line, I said that if the pair breaks out of this horizontal line is gonna continue to rise up, and definitely it broke out of this horizontal line and retested it, and ever since it has continued to rise to the upside, and the upside seems to be the most favored direction for silver at the moment. So what I'll do is to look at the next time frame, the lower time frame. So the story is the same. From here, it has been a movement to the upside. So I will switch the chart a little bit to see what is actually, I think we have a better view now. You see the moving average is sloping upwards. Whenever a moving average is sloping upwards, is a powerful indication that we are in the uptrend. So this is the moving average sloping upside, and this is the horizontal line that was broken out and been issued to signify the onset of an uptrend. So what I'm seeing here is a situation whereby this pair has actually broken out of its major resistance. So there's a clear breakout of this trend line, and that is an evidence to us that the pair is headed for the upside. So, but we are still going to verify it at different scenarios. So let me see from what I have here. Let me insert a horizontal line to see again what is happening. So what definitely I'm looking at is a situation whereby this pair is definitely going to, discount a bit. It's going to come down a bit. There will be a pressure at this level that will make it to come down a bit. So any situation whereby this pair, we adjust and discount a bit to come to retest this broken resistance, could be the best place to buy. And this is a major resistance area. Watch when this trade was moving, immediately gets to this point, there was a reversal immediately, and it came down. On the second attempt here, it broke out of that resistance, and every time the pair has approached that zone, there has always been massive reaction. There has always been massive reaction. So I will expect that at this time it has broken out of this zone, again this resistance. So now coming to it, there's going to be a massive reaction, and the pair is going to use that place as a support and then push to the upside. So we go for a buy for gold for the coming week. That's the best we can do for gold, but we are not going to buy it immediately. We will allow it to, experience some sort of pullback. Thereafter, we go in with our trade. All right. Moving on. This is gold. We are going to examine the gold to see the opportunities that we have on gold. Last time we made our analysis and we discovered there's a respected trend line that passed through this zone, and we also draw a horizontal line, and joining both of them produce a beautiful triangle. And we told you that when this triangle is broken out from, that is going to be our buy zone. So here was our buy zone last time. We say when this, when gold will fall to this trend line, to this horizontal line, that we are going to place our trade there, and definitely we are going to make it, because we have already learned in our Forex lesson that whenever a commodity breaks out of its major resistance, that on coming back to it, there's likely to be a support in that area. So that place like to serve as a support, and that was what exactly happened here. It served as a support on retesting this horizontal line, this broken resistance. So and since then, gold is been up and moving, and now gold is at a historic level. It is now at a price that it has never been before, and that shows us the stuff we are dealing with. Gold is definitely a bullish, and there is no stopping for gold. It's now on uncharted territories. So what can we now do with gold? Remember that in the coming week, that there's going to be a news, definitely on Wednesday, there's going to be news. Mr. Jerome Powell is going to be speaking, and thereafter there is going to be interest rate cuts. So we are expecting an interest rate cut, and that could be very, very supportive for gold. It's going to rattle the market. The news event coming up is going to be a market mover. So to me, I will advise you that if you are on a trade on gold, Now Wednesday you have to monitor it, and if possibly, if you need to close your trade, you close it so that you keep away from the news, because news event most times could be unpredictable. You never can tell what's going to happen with that news, because there are a lot of interest parties, a lot of stakeholders that will be at play on that Wednesday. So I think you just need to keep away from the market, except you are well prepared to trade the news. That could be a different story altogether. So what am I expecting for gold this week? I'm expecting that there is going to be, a pullback. Although this pullback is not going to be a major pullback, I will expect a pullback to this particular point. So this particular candle that is up is going to be erased. So this we expect something like this. So we expect a slight pullback to the point where the first candle, the previous candle ended. So then we pull back, erasing this second candle, then forming another base here on where the pair is going to take off. So that is what I'm expecting, and it's going to be massive. So it's going to be interesting trade for those that are willing to take the risk. So this is going to be quite beautiful. So we are expecting any sort of pullback, at least towards the 50% of this candle. So this is the weekly chart. So you need pullback that will result in erasing at least 40 to 50% of this candle. Is going to be definitely okay for us. So we are expecting a slight pullback and then continuation. So if you think you are cut out for gold and you have an eye for gold, then you can go for it, because gold is an interesting pair anytime, any day. So, and it drives on news. And one thing I can tell you again is that the hedge funds and the money managers has continued to pile up on their gold portfolio. With that being said, shows that gold is going to remain viable as a viable buy for for the time to come. So gold is a commodity to beat. So it has continued to rise all the way. So what I'm expecting the money managers and hedge funds is to take some profits before Wednesday. So as they are taking their profit, I will expect gold to fall down a bit, and that is when you see where you are going to see the discounting I'm talking about, where you are going to see the pullback that I talked about. So you at the point of taking their profit, there will be major profit taking, and as the profit taking are occurring, we are going to see a pullback, and it's going to get to this range wherein we'll begin to place our buy trade again. So the worst case scenario that could happen is for the fall to reach this broken resistance. This is quite unlikely, but possible. Everything is possible on Forex. So if that being the case, if it falls to this broken resistance, that will still make a massive buy. So even if you are on a trade here and then it couldn't hold, remember that up to this point is still part of your buy zone. You are still in line even if it gets to this point. So just be prepared to add to your trade, or you can close the previous one and enter the trade here are fresh, especially with a bigger lot size, so that you can recover any loss and cure so far if the point here did not quite hold. But I just realized that the whole of this area is your buy zone, and if you hit to it, you are going to make a massive profit. All right, moving on, this is EURUSD. EURUSD is a very fantastic pair that can move anytime, any day, so it's very interesting pair to trade. Now we want to ascertain whether there are opportunities for us for this week. There's been a pair that I've made so much money from, and I'm always eager to trade it anytime, any day, because it has a unique way of moving. Right now, what can we see in EURUSD? You know, last time when we made the analysis here, we focused on this trend line, and we said that if the pair breaks out of this trend line, the movement is going to continue and you are going to make a good deal of profit, and that is exactly what has happened. If you check critically, you discover that I have a trade here, and that trade is still running and running in big profit. So as a result of this pair breaking out of this trend line, is what has been keeping the profit. I have not even closed the trade, and I will sure close it anytime I feel it is the right time. So at this point in time, what is going to happen with EURUSD is the weekly chart. You see right here I have a bottoming tail bar. This bottoming tail bar is always indicative of bullish momentum. The pair attempted to come down, but it recovered with that same candle. So it's a significance of the fact that the bulls are strong in the market as of the moment. So what are we going to do? We're going to look at other time frames, especially the daily time frame, to see what is happening there. Or in the daily time frame, we still have here an inverted hammer. When you see such inverted hammer after a bullish momentum, it shows you that the bullish momentum is going to continue, and that's what's happened here. So after you saw that inverted hammer, the pair take off and it's been moving. So I'm expecting that movement to be the dominant force in the market. All right, so I'm still gonna look at on that time frame. Yes, fantastic. I've seen this time frame. This is a 4 hours time frame. From the weekly chart and the daily chart, we have confirmed that the direction is going to be to the upside. We have used just 2 time frame to confirm the direction. Now it's important that we know where exactly are we going to place our trade, because that is most important for us. Where shall we place our trade in order to maximize our gains? So I think the best place now to place our trade is when this pair has retraced a bit. So I'm expecting a retracement. Where will the retracement reach? So if this pair can retrace to about half of this movement, there's a movement that has occurred here, from here to here. If the retraces to at least 50% of that move, that could be the best place for us to buy. So I think 50% retracement is going to correspond with previous resistances that has been broken out in the past. If you see here, discover this resistance around this zone. There's a resistance there. The thing you're seeing here is resistance from that same zone. So if the pair can fall towards that same point. So that's going to be better for us. So I'm expecting a fall, a discounting. I'm expecting a sort of temporary reversal, which I'll call a pullback towards this particular zone. If that happens, you get ready to place your buy trade, and it's going to make massive profit. So in this week, we are expecting that our trades will be positive. I pray that all of us make the gain. So we're gonna get all the pips this coming week without fail. So we are getting ready for a massive buy, especially on EURUSD. Okay. On, this is GBPUSD, and this is the daily time frame that we are looking at. Now we can see that the pair is maintaining a very solid momentum, for very bullish solid momentum, and that is a significance of a buy. So as we can see, all the way from here to this point has been straightforward movement to the upside, and at the moment it's experiencing a little bit of a challenge. So the fall that you see here, the fall to about 30 to 40%, and then it is picking up again to the upside. So that is what we expect to see. It's very similar to the EURUSD trade, and so we are going to maintain a similar approach to the analysis of the EURUSD. So from here you can see this bullish candle. We call this a bullish Marbuzo, so very bullish, and we expect the trade to continue to hold its stakes. So what are we gonna do with it? Let's look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is also very, very indicative of what we saw in EURUSD. So with this candle here, it shows you that we are expecting an upward movement. So it's going to be a solid upward movement we are looking at, and hopefully we are going to get the upward movement that we are anticipating. So with the daily time frame, there could be a very big buy on the offing. So let us see what we do. Let's move down to the lower time frame still, and then from what we can see here, it is already showing us that we are on the buy side. So that being said, so what do we expect now? We expect the movement to still continue until it reaches to the nearest possible resistance. So this is what we are expecting. Move to the upside. So if we are buying this trade now, we will consider buying it on these resistance levels. So we are going to buy anytime the pair retakes this position again. So anytime we see the pair come down, that is when we are going to buy. So we are not going to buy immediately, except we see the pair come down. So the bullishness of this GBPUSD cannot be put to question. So we can only wait for our entry to mature, such as a pullback towards this this support level that has been created here. So if that happens, it will be good for us. And remember, this is the 4 hours chart. So we are going for a buy. And remember that anything up to the point of this 50%, anything up to this point is still a very good buy. So if along the line the bear begins to come down, it gets to anywhere around this this zone, that would be very good for our buying. Moving on, traders, we are now on AUDUSD, and this is the weekly chart. From what we can see, the weekly chart is at this earlier stage of a buy. So this is going to be a buy for us, and it's in the earlier stage. Just like you saw this decline that began from here, has been declining up to this point. So now there has been a reversal from this point, and that reversal is still in its infant stages. So it has moved up, came down. So let me depict it the way you understand. From this point, the pair has moved up, and still come down, move up again, and still come down. So what are we going to see? What are we seeing? This is the stage that we are, and at the end of it, the pair is still going to continue. So we are going to see this recovery. So remember, what I'm analyzing now is the big picture of what is going to happen. So this is the big picture. All this gap we are seeing here is going to be filled with candles. So but this is more futuristic. So I expect that in the time to come, you will see the whole of this place filled with candles. So now, those that are going to buy at this period of this zigzag movement, here, 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 and here. So those that are going to be in this trade, they are going to enjoy the candles that are going to be formed here later. So when those candles are formed, it shows that you're already in big profit. So, but for the moment, what are we going to do? We are going to look at the lower time frame. So let us see the daily time frame. So this is the daily time frame. You remember what has happened here? From this point, the pair after the formation of this bottom interval, the pair moved massively to the upside, then got discounted for about 50%. This is exactly what I mean. There is movement here. Let me pick it from here. Move. This is about 50%, and it's moving again. So we don't know what is going to happen, but we expect that it's going to reach at this anyway to confirm this bullish momentum that we are seeing. So the pair has already broken out from this level here with a bullish breakout candle, and has come back to this point. So, and it's moving to the upside. So what that we expecting? I want a situation whereby there will be a double bottom. A double bottom is more likely to happen here anytime soon. So I am waiting for this double bottom that I'm anticipating here. So when this pair begin to come down again, when it begins to come down, expect it to, when it comes down to this point, so expect to be a great buyer, because this pair is going to retest this resistance. This particular resistance is here. The pair is going to retest this zone. So expect that the pair is going to retest it. So I am waiting for this, the completion of this pattern to make it a double bottom, and that will lead you to a very good buy. That is what I'm expecting for the coming week on AUDUSD. Moving on, this is USDCAD on the weekly chart. So this is USDCAD, and we are trying to fathom out what we are going to do with USDCAD this week. So this coming week, what are we gonna do with the USDCAD? First of all, we need to look at our analysis and see what is happening. On the first look, you will begin to notice one common feature here, and that is it. So if you analyze this if you analyze the recent moves in this USDCAD, you'll be able to see a common trend from here. You'll discover that between here and here, there is a sort of a rectangular structure that has formed from this point to 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 this point. That is what we have been seeing here. Anytime the pair moves to the upside, it reaches a particular resistance level from whence it turns back, and at this point you saw the pair broke out of this resistance level, and from that point the pair has been locked up in a rectangular formation. So you see it move from here to here, then it reverses back and gets to the base of this rectangle, then it goes up again to the peak, it comes down again to the base of this line, goes up again, come down, goes up, come down. So now it is coming down, and what I can tell you that this pair is going down. So what you are going to witness is something akin to this. The pair has already come down. So this is what you're going to see, a situation where the pair goes up, come down, goes up, come down, and it's going to get towards the base of this rectangle formation that has formed. So what we need to do now is to look at how we are going to place our sell trade. So we are going to go for a sell for this coming week. That is the month of sell. So this pair, what happened is it come down already, and it is retracing. Getting ready to come down. So that being said, the pair has come down, and then at this point it is getting ready to come down again. So here is just a what you see here is just a temporal pause, but ultimately the pair is going to go down and it's coming towards this direction. All right, so that is what we are looking at the moment. We are going to think of the best way to approach it, but before that, let us look at the daily time frame and see. So it's the situation is all the same. If you look at this place, you will discover that we have here a very significant support level, very significant support. And when the pair comes down to this particular supported area, it went up. When it comes down there, it went up. But one thing is sure, the last time it was coming, when you reach this here, then a bullish candle formed, which was supposed to take this, to take the pair to the upside, but it failed to do so. Rather, a bearish candle, a red candle formed and overtakes that green candle. So at this point, overtaking the green candle would have been a very good sell for anyone who was online at that moment. We have placed a trade here and expect that the pair will go down, and that could have given you at least 80 to 100 pips of profit. So for the moment, we are expecting a sell. So since the pair was able to break out, from this zone here, since the pair was able to break out on this zone with a bearish momentum, see what's happening here. The pair came down, broke that zone, and then retested. So we are going to see something. So this zone is going to serve as a resistance. It's going to be, this resistance is going to hold. So in that case, we expect that as this resistance hits, then the pair will definitely come down. So where is going to be our take profit level if we are going to go for this kill? So our take profit level to me is going to be the nearest key resistant area, and that's definitely going to be on this zone. So this resistant area is gonna be our take profit level. So we want to take our profits before anything start happening in the market. So if you check that when you place your trade here and take this profit here, you should be aiming for no less than 120 pips of profit, and that will shall make your day if you are able to obtain it. So then that would be good if we can get. We pray that the Forex, the candles this time around will respect our analysis. It will yet again respect our analysis as done in the previous weeks ahead. And the previous week that just passed, the pair has respected our analysis enormously, and we expect that this coming week there's going to be continuation, in the pair respecting our analysis. All right, moving on. This is NZUSD, and it is the weekly chart that we are looking at the moment. And I've seen what happened here with the analysis I've made earlier on. So you can see there's a trend line here moving through the support zone, and each of those points are served as support, each and every one of them, meaning that our support trend line is very, very strong, and we are expecting that support trend line to hold. And then coming down from here, this is a resistant trend line. It's been a resistant here, all the way to it, all the way to the end, and that resistance has been holding. So what do I expect? And the middle here, I'm explaining to you what the structure you are seeing signifies. So in the middle here is full of support areas. So that support area should have placed my horizontal line. So what am I expecting to happen this coming week? So it's going to be very interesting. As you can see, this triangle has been broken out of already, by this bullish breakout candle, this massive bullish breakout candle. With this, that pair has broken out already, and now retesting that same point of breakout. So it is now retesting it. So what I would expect that will happen should be something of this nature. Now that it has broken out, and then reverses a bit, and retraces a bit to touch this one, so it's going to continue running to the upside. So that is what I expect at this moment. So the next candle I will expect to see a bull candle. I'm expecting to see a bull candle that will form all the way to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting. So this point has been broken out from already. There's a breakout of this trend line, this resistant trend line to the upside. So I'm coming back to it. The pair is going to become there's going to be a support here, and that support is already falling, because as the pair was falling from here, the price was falling. At the point it recovered, and then this pair become a bottom interval. So there has been a support here already, and that support is evident by the trade not being able to break down below it. So it's a strong support. So and on this triangle that you can see as a whole, there's a breakout of that triangle, and then the top of that triangle has formed a support, and it is respected. So as a result, this is a respected a resistant area. So this structure, this triangle has been broken out of, and as you know, when a pair breaks out of any resistance, that resistance end up becoming a massive support. So this is a support area for this trade. It's a support area for NZD/USD. So that being said, we are still going to descend down to see what is happening in the lower time frame. Hopefully we are going to get our pips, this daily chart. So in this daily chart, it shows that the pair has actually broken out of its major resistance that is found here. It's a resistance trend line, and just like what we'd expect, then the pair, after breaking out of this line, has to come back to it, and as come back to it, that place becomes a support. So here is now a support, and the pair has retested that support, and is now moving to the upside. So what I expect to see is a continuation to the upside. That continuation is massive. So what you are witnessing is a familiar structure. So this is what I'm expecting to see. So it's already happened here. The support here has held. So between now and Tuesday or Wednesday, I expect that this trade will continue to go to the upside. All right.